Hi, Year 8s. Miss E and myself will be running our Civics and Citizenship Flexi Day on Monday. We're really excited to have you for the entire day, but we want to set you up for success. And so to do that, I want to give you a little bit of extra information beforehand so you can come in on the day feeling confident, knowing exactly what you're going to be doing. So I hope you're excited about Civics and Citizenship this year. I'm very excited because we did have you last year as well, and we can follow on from a lot of the learning that we were doing last year. So it's going to be fairly similar as it was last year, but our expectations are going to be a little bit higher now that you're in Year 8. Missy and I have created this video in order to prepare you for the day. It must be watched in full before Monday the 23rd. We actually have two flexi days this year for civics and citizenship. And on our first day, we're going to be exploring the question, what different perspectives are there about national identity? So I'm really excited to answer this question with you guys and explore the different ways that we can look at national identity. You guys are actually going to have the opportunity to participate in a creative activity that's going to allow you to promote a positive and realistic view of what it means to be Australian. So I'm not sure if you remember, but Year 7, Civics and Citizenship, really focused on our values as a country, and we are actually going to start off our session on Monday looking back at what we learnt about in Year 7, because that's going to really inform the way that you guys form an idea of national identity in Australia. So this video is going to help you prepare a little bit for the activity we're going to complete on the day. So it's really important that you go through the whole video, and at the end I'll explain some of the things that you need to bring with you in order to be prepared for the activities that we'll do on Monday. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how to make a good advertisement, because this is particular to what we'll be doing on the day. When you're promoting national identity, you're going to be asked to film an advertisement for Tourism Australia. You'll complete this task in groups, and you'll have half the day to plan and film. It's very important that you use your time wisely, because there are no extensions on this task. You guys have had the benefit of doing flexi days last year, so you know that anything that you do on the day will need to be handed in at the end of the day. We'll give you enough time to do that, but you do need to be working fairly consistently throughout the periods that you've been given. You're going to be graded on your work as a group, but your participation in the task will also be looked at individually. So please don't be the person who leaves all the work for someone else to do in your group. We really want to see good collaboration happening on the day, showing that you guys can discuss different ideas, you can explore different answers to problems, and also do a creative project with each other, not just working on your own. So it's really important that on Monday, you know the limitations of the day. We have 4 periods to plan and film, and that's also including a reflection that you guys will complete at the end of the day. Your video needs to be 60 seconds long, no shorter than 55 seconds, no longer than 60 seconds. It's going to be in advertisement form. So it might be a good idea for you guys to actually start thinking about the kind of advertisement you might like to do. Now, you're not going to find out your groups until the day of our Flexi Day, so there's no point going around and trying to do all this stuff beforehand. We want you to benefit from the information we'll give you on Flexi Day first, but there's definitely no harm in thinking about the kind of advertisements that you like and the kind of formats that you think are really effective. Identifying your purpose is really important. So like I said, we're going to be starting off our Flexi Day talking about the same sort of values we learnt about in Year 7 Civics and Citizenship Flexi Day. And your purpose in advertising is to represent an accurate national identity for Australia. This will, of course, involve talking to each other, because we all have different understandings about what national identity is, because we are such a diverse country. And that's something we want you guys to think about when you're creating your video. Now, being creative is very, very important. You need to grab your audience's attention. Not only do we want you to engage with the content that we're going to be teaching you, but we want you to have some fun doing it as well. Now, video creation is something that we're focusing quite a lot on in Year 8. I know you guys did it for history. I know that some of you have been looking at video creation in English as well, and I think it's really great to be able to consolidate, so bring together those skills that you've been developing over the last couple of weeks and do something really fun and amazing. So in order to do that, we're actually going to be allowing you to film on a device of your choice. I actually would encourage you to film on a phone on the day. Now, in saying that, we're going to have some strict rules around that because we don't want anyone being silly with phones or being silly with the freedom that we're allowing you to have. In your groups, you'll be allowed to have one phone or an iPad. If you don't have a phone available in your group, we'll provide that for you to be able to use some of the applications that are available on those devices to film really well in the period of time that you're being given. So we'll talk a little bit more about that on the day, but I wanted to flag that with you because it's important to know what you need to be able to be ready for our Flexi Day. So, of course, something that I do need to say to you guys is that our day is going to be about positive messages. So, yes, we're going to be talking about national identity. We're going to also be discussing things like stereotypes. We may even be exploring the idea of discrimination and how that can happen through the use of stereotypes. Discrimination can often be sending negative messages out into the community, and that's not something that we want to do. So it's important you understand that we will be not tolerating any negative messages on the day. We're going to be looking pretty much just positive messages only, really trying to get a true and accurate representation of our wonderful country and what our national identity would look like if everyone was included in that. And also, is that possible? We're such a diverse country. We're going to be exploring those questions too. So what to bring on Flexi Day? As I said, I'm going to be encouraging groups to film on one phone. Now, that does not mean that every single person in your group is allowed to have their phone on them as they're filming. You must have your device approved by either Miss E or myself on the day, and you're not to bring the device to class at the very beginning. So bring a device for filming and or a laptop. Bring the laptop to class, but we don't want you to be bringing your phone to class at the very beginning of the day. So please leave that in your locker. When that opportunity comes, we will let you know. But yes, if you have a phone, please bring it to school if you are allowed. If not, don't worry. We have other plans in place. We can borrow some iPads for you. You must bring a pen, you must bring a pencil case. So on the day, Miss E has created a wonderful booklet for you to fill out. That's going to be your assessment for the day. It needs to be treated very, very carefully because if you lose it or if you mistreat it, we may not be able to assess you correctly on what you've done for the day. So it's really important you take care of it, but you don't need to bring a book. You don't need to bring anything really except pen, pencil case, and a laptop. The laptop we may use a little bit, but we probably won't use too much. So yeah, don't stress, but these are the things that you really just need to bring for the day. So we're really excited to have you guys for the day. Like I said, we really want you to have a good time and we want you to benefit from not being in a normal classroom for an entire day. It'll be really great to have all of you students together. We're looking forward to it. And if you have any questions before Monday, if anything I've said doesn't make sense or if you need clarification, please talk to Miss E or myself before the day. We're really looking forward to having you. See you soon.